The top stories. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed says Ethiopia adheres to foreign policy anchored on proximity. And the 26th Harar International Day is being celebrated in the historic city of Harar. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to EBC World with me, Shfarao Lakaw, and thank you for watching us. Now, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed met with Marriott International CEO Anthony Capiano to discuss the company's expansion in Ethiopia, planning 9 new properties to boost tourism and hospitality. Capiano praised Ethiopia's rich culture and diverse experiences, reaffirming Marriott's commitment to local economic support and job creation. This expansion aligns with Ethiopia's tourism development goals and highlights Marriott's ongoing community support initiatives, enhancing the country's tourism infrastructure and economic opportunities.
And I'm right here in Ethiopia, and if you care to know, I'm in Guba, where the biggest dam in Africa is located right now. So what you're witnessing is greatness. You know the reason why I say this? The Western world, they came to teach us this, and they put confusion in our mind. So many things in our mind. We keep fighting each other. But now, our eyes are clear. The biggest dam by Ethiopians and for Ethiopia and the rest of Africa. This is game-changing.
At this moment, I happen to find myself inside Guba, at the largest dam in Africa. The largest dam in Africa, I repeat. It's amazing. This project is just mind-blowing. They did it by themselves. Ethiopians, you guys, you are amazing. Because when I hear the story behind this very dam, it melts my heart. Ethiopians themselves, they contributed, came together to make this project a reality. I say kudos to you guys. We are all African and we are here in the land of origins. Thank you, Ethiopia. I love it here, and I'm definitely going to be back. See you soon.
Welcome back. Now, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed spoke at length of the need to snap out of prolonged conflicts, stressing that it's time to end this cycle of violence. Addressing the parliament, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed noted that the government prioritizes peace and has made significant efforts toward peaceful resolution of conflicts. Sustainable peace, Abiy said, rests on peaceful dialogue and resolving issues without resorting to conflicts. Listen to this.
Inclusive political culture is the manifestation of the reformist government. We have extended invitation to the opposition, armed and peaceful alike, from all over the world to roll into the country, be part of the new democratic establishment. While some have complied and are working with us, others are busy name-calling, mudslinging and blame trading. The allegation that our reformist government favors this or that ethnic group is a vicious lie. Rooting out old, archaic ways of thinking and political culture are no less challenging than squeezing blood out of stone. For those who are engaged in fighting, I would like to say that armed struggle is a dying enterprise. Let us abandon ship and embrace a greener and more democratic culture. Government could hardly be reproached for shunning negotiation, since we are still extending a gesture of reconciliation, negotiation with armed groups. Dialogue is needed now because we have to snap out of fault lines.
በጣም ጠቃሚ ይመስለኛል። ለዚህ የኢትዮጵያ መንግስት ሁሌ እንደሚለው አሁንም በጣም
The Prime Minister also disclosed that IDPs in Tigray state are largely being reintegrated to their homes in Talamte and Raya areas, reiterating government's commitment to improving livelihoods of people in conflict-affected areas.
The Pretoria Agreement marks a dynamic shift towards peaceful conflict resolution, the cessation of hostilities, and the restoration of essential services like banks, airlines, and telecom is laudable. Government remains committed to resettle displaced people to their places of origin in Talamte and Raya areas, but desists from the use of force.
In another story, in his address to the 36th regular session of the House of People's Representatives today, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed highlighted Ethiopia's remarkable economic achievements, showcasing the nation's resilience and strategic growth amid a turbulent global landscape. Responding to inquiries about the country's economic conditions, the Prime Minister stated that government's measures to address macroeconomic challenges are yielding positive results. He emphasized that despite regional difficulties, particularly in the Red Sea area, Ethiopia has experienced impressive growth in exports and significant progress in import substitution. Jerusalem Batsiaz Moranat.
In his address at the 36th regular session of the House of People's Representatives, Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed highlighted that both Ethiopians and the global community have faced numerous challenges due to a series of man-made and natural disasters. Despite these obstacles, including pandemics, conflicts, and regional instabilities, Ethiopia has achieved impressive economic progress. The Prime Minister noted that while inheriting a significant domestic and foreign debt burden, the government has successfully navigated these challenges. By adopting new perspectives and innovative approaches, Ethiopia has transformed obstacles into opportunities.
ኢትዮጵያ ያለባት የውጭ ዕዳ ወደ 17.5% ከጂዲፒ ዝቅ ብሏል።
In terms of debt reduction, we have managed to reduce our country's external debt to 17% of GDP. This figure is particularly impressive when compared to the sub-Saharan African average of 60%. In the coming years, through continued efforts, we must bring this below 10%.
Regarding revenue collection and budget management, the Premier elaborated that the government's financial management has shown remarkable improvement.
በዚህ ዓመት መንግስት 529 ቢሊዮን ብር ገቢ ለመሰብሰብ አቅዶ
Out of a targeted 529 billion birr in revenue for the year, 466 billion birr has been collected in just 11 months, representing a 96% achievement rate. This success is particularly noteworthy given the ambitious nature of the target.
In terms of export growth and import substitution, he said that despite regional challenges, particularly in the Red Sea area, Ethiopia's exports have shown impressive growth.
በኤክስፖርት ኦፍ ጉድስ ኤንድ ሰርቪስ በሁለቱም መስክ ከ10 ቢሊዮን ዶላር በላይ ማግኘት ተችሏል።
This year, we have managed to earn over $10 billion from exports of goods and services. Particularly, it has been showing significant improvements in oilseeds, pulses, gold, coffee, and flour exports. We have substituted over $2 billion worth of imports with domestic production.
According to the Premier, the industrial sector has been also registering remarkable results in the just ending Ethiopian fiscal year. There has been a great success in the manufacturing sector this year due to measures taken by the government, including the Made in Ethiopia movement, Abiy added. Regarding foreign direct investment and remittances, Ethiopia continues to be a top destination for foreign direct investment in East Africa, attracting over $3 billion.
ሬሚታንስ ከ6.5 ቢሊዮን ዶላር በላይ ተገኝቷል። ከአምናው መሻሻል አለው።
Regards to remittances, we have exceeded $6.5 billion, showing improvement from the previous year, although this figure is still low compared to other African countries. Considering the conflicts, reduced aid, lack of loans, and challenges in the Red Sea, we believe we have achieved successful results this year. These achievements provide a strong foundation for future economic growth and development across all sectors of the Ethiopian economy.
The Prime Minister also mentioned that the government's efforts to address the country's macroeconomic challenges have been yielding positive results. One notable success is the stability observed in the financial sector, according to international indicators. However, Abiy emphasized the necessity of implementing further decisive measures to tackle economic issues such as tax evasion, contraband trade, and other illegal activities. Finally, the House of People's Representatives of Ethiopia has approved a budget of 971.2 billion birr for the upcoming Ethiopian fiscal year.
Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed disclosed that Ethiopia's diplomacy is steeped in proximity and solely focuses on being a reason for neighboring countries in the enhancement of socio-economic and political collective benefits. The Premier made the remark here today while addressing federal lawmakers gathered for the 36th Ordinary Session. A testament to Ethiopia's respect and tolerance toward its neighbors has been manifested with various moves the country has taken, the Prime Minister has said. Tigist Sarnisa takes it from here.
According to Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, Ethiopia's diplomatic ventures are based on turning negative aspects of relations into positive and amicable relations by drawing countries towards mutually beneficial relations. Indeed, Ethiopia is indebted to most African countries who understood Ethiopia's position in repulsing interference into the internal affairs of the country.
በእኛና በቲፒኤልኤፍ መካከል ግጭት ሲጀመር የሱዳን መንግስት ካላግባብ ምንጨቃጨቅበትን ቦታ
During the war with the TPLF, Sudan forcibly annexed a piece of Ethiopian territory. But when peace prevailed here in Ethiopia, we desisted from turning the tables against our Sudanese brothers. This is tolerance in action, if we want, because 3 years fast forward, Sudan was gripped by a civil war. The East African nation was immersed in debts, unable to pay to us the price we owe it from exported electricity. Ethiopia did not press with anything and chose to tolerate the war-torn Sudan. That's because peace matters. We just needed to cut them some slack.
The Premier further underlined that Ethiopia will remain to be neutral to both warring parties in Sudan, initiating and acting to be a mediator of peace and reconciliation for both. In relation to Somalia ties, Abiy says Ethiopia has unwavering commitment to a sovereign and prosperous Somalia, adding that the signed MOU with Somaliland has been only intended to bring forth collective economic growth and end up unifying the Horn region.
Ethiopia has no intention of shooting back to Somalia. The MOU signed with Somaliland has been tabled to other neighboring countries as well. For instance, other countries that have coastal access might not have the same agricultural potential as Ethiopia, so we can exchange goods, products, and services. It will be a win-win situation for all.
If Ethiopia's giant economy remains landlocked, it will hinder the country from meeting its national interests, says the Premier, adding that Ethiopia remains ready for a collective win-win approach.
Moving to other story, Deputy President of the Prosperity Party, Adam Farah, has called upon Ethiopian diaspora to participate in the national dialogue. Meanwhile, Chief of Harari Regional State, Odrin Badri, says Harar has the long-standing historical value of togetherness that must pass to generations. This remark came while Harar celebrated the 26th edition of International Harari Day in the presence of thousands of diasporas in Imam Ahmed Stadium. Gush Melisau reports.
The historic city of Harar is abuzz with excitement as it marks the 26th edition of its International Day celebration. This annual event, which draws second-generation Ethiopian diasporas across the globe, is a vibrant showcase of the city's rich cultural heritage and history. Speaking on the occasion, Deputy President of Prosperity Party, Adam Farah, urged Ethiopian diasporas to actively partake in the national dialogue.
Celebrating Harar's International Day in such a beautiful manner plays a unique role in promoting Harar's enduring values to the world and passing them to future generations. The government is always prepared to resolve conflicts peacefully rather than resorting to force. Any party claiming to have an alternative perspective should be ready for dialogue with Ethiopia. I call on the diaspora to actively participate in the national consultation. Ethiopia is making significant strides to ensure food security. I urge the people of the region and the diaspora to collaborate to accelerate the development of Harar.
Chief of Harari Regional State Odrin Badri, in his opening remarks said Harar has the long-standing historical value of togetherness and must pass to generations.
Our unity remains unbroken by our diversity. Our shared destiny is forged by our common religion, culture, and blood. The region is experiencing significant change and development. Invite investors from the Harari region to contribute to its development and assured them of the necessary support and encouragement. The International Harar Day has immense significance in uniting people globally to preserve their identity, engage in national and regional matters, and pass their heritage to future generations.
Diaspora communities approached by ETV expressed their commitment to invest in Harar.
Investigated this country, there are a lot of, and today there are coming a lot of people from different countries, that means different continental country, from America or Canada, or in Europe, or in Arab country from Jeddah. I have seen it, a lot of people, they love the country and they need it, or they are ready to do something.
This is our land, this is our country, we have to invest. And mostly we invest in here and we invest in Addis. Also the same time is everybody is ready to invest here. If there is a peace, we're gonna invest, of course. So for diaspora, what we see this time is more different than before. So we are so happy. So I hope others will see and they want to come and invest in Harar especially.
The International Day celebration in Harar serves as to foster international understanding and cooperation. Visitors and locals alike expressed their admiration for the city's efforts to maintain its historical legacy while embracing modernity. As the 26th edition of the International Day continues, Harar remains a beacon of cultural pride and historical significance, inviting the world to celebrate its past and look forward to its future.
Well, dear viewers, you have been watching EBC World. Now a quick recap of the top stories. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed says Ethiopia adheres to foreign policy anchored on proximity. And the 26th Harar International Day being celebrated in the historic city of Harar. Well, that's all the news there is for now. Thank you for watching us. Bye-bye.